This is the Ultimate Arc Raiders item guide. This video will cover all of the items you need to keep for upgrading your workbench, for the expedition, and also important items that you should not sell because they're the only way you can get certain crafting materials. There'll be an included link in the description and the pinned comment so you can download this for yourself and have your own cheat sheet which you can use to track your very own progress. You can also use your cheat sheet at any point to click on each item and it will take you to the exact timestamp in this video where that item location is. So you don't have to waste any more time searching around the internet for each and every item. This took quite a long time to make, so if you find it useful, then please consider subscribing and supporting the channel. Now let's move on to the locations of every item in the game. Let's start from the top and make our way to the bottom. You can use the timestamps below. We'll start with the dog collar. This can be found in any residential container. In fact, I think it can be found in any container whatsoever. I found a plenty in residential containers though. For the humble lemon, your best bet is to go to the Blue Gate map and search in the olive grove. You will find lemon trees here. Interact with the tree to kick a lemon on the ground or pick one up on the floor. You'll also do the same for apricots. There are apricot trees in this area as well, round about in this area that I'm circling. And you'll find olive trees. All three of these trees can be interacted with and the fruit will fall on the ground over here. Alternatively, you can go to Buried City and go to Murano Park. You'll find them here as well. Bear in mind though, there's usually a Bastion or Bombardier chilling out here, so be careful. For mushrooms, you'll find them in multiple places. You'll find them growing on the pipes alongside water treatment control inside the actual building. You'll also find them growing inside Hydroponic Dome Complex and growing on trees in the scrapyard and wreckage. However, for your best bet for mushrooms, come to this spot here in Spaceport. This spot here will have a couple trees that have guaranteed mushroom spawns. It's far easier to farm this over and over instead of hoping for random spawns in the dam. For prickly cactuses, you will find them on the floor alongside cactuses. A nice spot on the dam map is round about here. There's a nice patch of cactuses right here. Alternatively, you will find some cactuses round about here in Buried City, and they're kind of strewn all over the place as well on Buried City. But for me personally, I had my best luck finding these in Dam Battlegrounds. You can find them spread out across the map, but there's a nice clump of them right next to Patton House. For the very comfortable pillow and the cat bed, you'll find them in residential loot. They may seem rare at first, but just keep searching every single residential container. This includes, for example, if you go to Buried City and go through all of the buildings here and loot all of the wardrobes and drawers, you're gonna find them. You could also loot Grandioso Apartments if you're struggling. On the Down Battlegrounds, all of these residential buildings up here, these apartment buildings have a chance as well. And honestly, any container will have a chance to drop these items. Moving on to the gunsmith, you're going to need rusted tools, mechanical components, rusted gears, advanced mechanical components, and Sentinel firing cores. For the rusted tools and advanced mechanical components, come to the highway collapse and checkpoint area and breach all of the cars here. The rusted gear has a very small chance of spawning, but you will find it after breaching quite a few cars. Advanced mechanical components can also be breached from these areas as well, although I would suggest breaching server cabinets. These are server cabinets and they're all over all of the maps inside pretty much any building, and these can drop advanced mechanical components. Alternatively, you can craft them in the refiner. A lot of these items can be crafted in a refiner, including normal mechanical components. But if you want mechanical components and don't have the refiner yet, spoiler here, it's worth getting onto the refiner first. Come back to this area on checkpoint and highway collapse and breach cars. You'll find them a lot there. For rusted tools, I've had my best luck breaching these rusted toolboxes or these red lockers, although they will have a chance of spawning pretty much anywhere. For Wasp Drivers, you've just got to kill a wasp and loot its body. For Sentinel firing cores, the best place you're going to find a Sentinel, which is the sniper turret, is on the Dam Battlegrounds map at night. You will find one here on the blue stairs in the research and administration area, right on the corner on the outside of the building. You can also find one here on the breach and also one here. There's always one on a night raid, sometimes in the day raid. But yeah, if you can go for a damn Battlegrounds night raid and basically make your way up through this route here, you're going to find the Sentinels. Now we move on to the gear bench. For the electrical components, you may as well just get the refiner. It's really easy to craft them there. Alternatively, just loot these containers again, these server cabinets. For the Hornet driver, you'll need to take down a Hornet and loot it. For power cables, these will pretty much spawn in any kind of loot container, although I found a lot of them in these red lockers. Industrial batteries have the best chance of spawning in industrial areas. I've had really good luck searching in the hydroponic dome complex, looking specifically on the shelves there where loot is spawning. I've also found them on the shelves in the Blue Gate map. If you go to the underground area, there is a breachable room right here. And when you breach this room, you can find a lot of stuff on the shelves there. For advanced electrical components, the best place to do is do this ancient fort puzzle quest. There's videos all online about how to do it. And if you solve that and go underground, you will find a lot of advanced electrical components there. Or alternatively, if you come to reinforced reception and do the puzzle down here, which requires you to put in the 3 batteries to open a large door, inside that room, you'll find a bunch of electrical components on the computers. These are advanced electrical components. For the Bastion cell, you'll need to take down a Bastion and loot all the Bastion parts. Next, for the medical lab. For Arc Alloy, just take down any Arc and loot them. For cracked bioscanners, you'll want to go to the Buried City map, and specifically the hospital. On the higher floors of the hospital, you will find cracked bioscanners frequently spawning on top of the beds there. Not in containers, whilst they can spawn in containers, they'll more frequently spawn actually on top of the hospital beds. Durable cloth can be found in this area as well, in pretty much anywhere. In Arc Raiders, any container can have durable cloth, but it's also a very easy thing to do with the refiner. You just need fabric. The rusted shut medical kit can be found in pretty much any container. I've had luck finding it pretty much anywhere, strangely enough. But if you want a higher chance, once again, you may as well head over to the hospital and you will find them there fairly frequently. The same can be said for Antiseptic. However, a really great place for Antiseptic is to go to Buried City again and go into this Plaza Rosa building. This is actually a pharmacy building. It's a breachable building, and on the ground floor, you will find store shelves. Antiseptic is there a lot. For the Surveyor Vault, you'll need to take down the Surveyor. Look for a big blue beam in the sky at the start of a match, and that's where the Surveyor is. Chase it down, bring a wolf pack or a showstopper if you can. It's much easier because these things really like to roll away. Once you destroy it, you can loot it to find the Surveyor Vaults. For the refiner, you'll need arc power cells. Any arc will drop these, so just loot an arc to get them. You'll also need to find toasters. You can find toasters in any residential area. Just any container will do. Arc motion cores only drop from specific arc. They can drop from the Leaper, the Queen, the Rocketeer, the Bastion, the Surveyor, and you can also get them from looting arc husks. So if you don't want to engage in fighting arc, you can come to the damn Battlegrounds map and search the old battleground. There's a bunch of arc husks there, and you can breach them and loot them to get what you need. For the Bombardier cell, you will need to kill a Bombardier and loot the Bombardier parts. For the utility station, you'll also need Arc Alloy. You'll also need damaged heat sinks, and these can once again be found in the server cabinets, which are spread throughout the map. A nice location I like to go, though, is in the power generation complex underground. You'll also need electrical components. The best way to deal with electrical components, honestly, is just to go to your refiner and craft them from rubber parts and plastic parts. If you really need to find them, though, you can recycle a Wasp or Hornet driver, and that will give you electrical parts. A Snitch Scanner can be dropped from a Snitch. The Snitch is the one that has a big beam of light searching down, so you'll need to shoot that. It will take 3 anvil shots to destroy, and then loot the Snitch. Pride motherboards can also be found in server cabinets, and pretty much in any electrical looking container. And for some reason, they also spawn on the shelves in the Blue Gate Underground breachable room. I found them there quite commonly. So if you're struggling to find them, come to this reinforced reception. You can go to this breachable room again, which is in this location on the map. You'll also need Leaper Pulse units, which have to be looted from eliminating a Leaper and looting the Leaper's body. For the explosive station, you'll need Arc Alloy again and Synthesized Fuel. You can find Synthesized Fuel in a lot of places. You can find them in cars. You can find them in residential loot. But for an easier way, just go to Celeste and purchase them from her with the assorted seeds, which Scrappy can find for you. You'll also need crude explosives and pop triggers. They can be found in the same place. Just eliminate pops and fireballs underground in pretty much any map. If you're struggling to find them, come to the Blue Gate map and go underground and go into this area here. There are so many here, and you'll be able to get a bunch. You can recycle the fireball burners into the crude explosives that you need, and they keep hold of the pop triggers for the workshop upgrade. Laboratory reagents, once again, is a very weird item that can be found in the pharmacy building here in Plaza Rosa on the ground floor. I always find them there very frequently. For explosive compounds, your best bet is to go to Blue Gate and go underground in the reinforced reception. There'll be a breachable room around about here, and inside there you'll find black containers and also shelves. These shelves in particular have a really high chance for explosive compound. Honestly, you'll find them all over the place in all sorts of container types. You'll also need Rocketeer drivers, so you'll need to take out a Rocketeer to loot it, or once again, you can come to the damn battlegrounds and loot all of the husks in the old battleground area. There is a chance that these can drop Rocketeer drivers, so you might not have to fight a Rocketeer if you're struggling. For the expedition, you need steel springs. There are many items that recycle into steel springs if you're struggling to find them, but my best bet is to come to the hydroponic dome complex. For some reason, when you search these, the springs there are in stacks of 3, which is really, really nice. You'll also need arc, alloy, metal parts, and rubber parts, which is pretty straightforward. For the next stage, you'll need a cooling fan, which can be found in the server cabinets. You'll need wires, which can be got from Scrappy, electrical components, and durable cloth, which can be got from the refiner. To find Exodus modules, come to the spaceport map and go to the rocket assembly and loot all of the containers there. The red lockers there have a okay chance of finding them. Light bulbs can be pretty much found in any loot container, so just loot everything and you'll find them. Sensors can be found in server cabinets as well, although you can basically recycle a bunch of stuff. I've got some details in the cheat sheet about which things can be recycled into sensors. And for batteries spawn very commonly in most containers. For magnetic accelerators, once again, I would suggest going to the spaceport map and searching the rocket assembly. Or if you have the refiner up to level 3, you can get them with advanced mechanical components and arc motion cores, which are all lootable from all sorts of different places. You'll also need the humidifier. Now, the humidifier is basically just a random loot type. It can be spawning in any sort of container. So just search around and you will find it eventually. I feel like we missed the motor. You need the motor for the refiner. You can find motors in cars as well. Very low chance, like the rusted gear, but you'll find it there. That's all of the items you'll need in Arc Raiders for the workshop. A lot of the quest items are pretty straightforward and easy to get a hold of, so I haven't included them in this list. Make sure to check out the document. You can make your own copy of this document, and you'll have your own little cheat sheet to keep an eye on what stuff you need. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you all in the comments. Cheerio!